My name is Georgia Bouya, and today I will be doing a presentation on the importance of effective resumes, cover letters, and portfolios. This presentation was put together for the students who would be attending this brief seminar at our job fair today, as well as for all job seekers who might benefit from this information. Effective resumes. Formatting. It is said that human resource professionals only look at a resume for an average of 30 seconds. So you only have 30 seconds to stand out from a crowd and make a great first impression. How do you do that? Here are a few pointers to get you started. Keep it clear and concise. Use headings for your sections, example, experience, education, etc. And rather than paragraphs, use bullet points to explain your experience. For someone with a lot of experience, it is okay to have a 2-page resume. If you haven't had a lot of experience, a one-page resume is appropriate. If you have a curriculum, vita, or research background, different guidelines apply. Layout can and should vary. If you are a new graduate, you should consider beginning with your education. If you are a professional with some good experience to showcase, begin with that. Whichever way, be sure that each section is listed in reverse chronological order. Unless references are asked for, do not include them on your resume. Also, it is not necessary to state references available upon request at the bottom. Most employers will not hesitate to ask for references if they need them, and including this statement on your resume is just stating the obvious. Contact information. A common mistake that is easy to avoid is an unprofessional email address. Don't think that this is just students or young professionals. There are plenty of experienced professionals with inappropriate or unprofessional personal email addresses as well. Also, include contact information that you can actually be contacted at. If you are currently in a job, it is strongly advised that you do not give your company email or office phone number as contact information for prospect employers. You never know when an employer can contact you. Content. In your resume, focus on measurables. Rather than providing the employer with a job description of past roles, focus on your accomplishments. Use statements that include action words such as attract, make, save, etc. Some examples of measurable statements are grew sales by X% in a 9-state territory to an annual sales revenue of X dollars. Some people like to include a career objective or a skills profile within the resume. This is something that is not standard. It can sometimes be helpful to quickly give a snapshot of abilities. If you choose to include something like this, be sure that it is tailored to the job that you are applying for. Use keywords in these introduction sections that have been featured in the job posting. Can be an easy way to catch an employer's interest. It can be difficult to know how far back to go in your work history. If you're a seasoned professional, this can be particularly important to avoid any type of age discrimination. As a general rule, it is the most appropriate to include the past 15 years of experience. As a young professional, if you have built up some good work experience, don't feel that you need to include your part-time work from high school unless it directly relates to the position that you're interested in. If you're struggling for good work experience content, you can use your part-time work and try to draw again on the measurable or business skills that you picked up. If you have a gap in your resume, the best place to explain the reasons is in the cover letter. If it was a minimum amount of time, you can sometimes cover these gaps by using years rather than months when including dates in your work experience. Resume databases. If you post your resume to a database, there are things that can be done to get your resume recognized. First of all, be sure to keep your resume up to date. Many resume databases will remove or deactivate resumes that haven't been updated in 3 to 6 months. Use keywords within your resume that an employer might use to search for candidates with your qualifications or skills. You can use current job postings that may be of interest to you. Look at the words used in those and select a few words that you can use in your resume. Keywords can be incorporated into your resume in your past work experience and/or your career objective. Effective cover letters. A cover letter is a concise document that outlines why your skills and experiences make you the best candidate for the job, in 4 paragraphs or less. It complements your resume and it is a place to highlight important and relevant skills or accomplishments. But before you begin crafting your letter, carefully read through the employer job description. This will help you understand your audience and allow you to better tailor your cover letter to the reader. Writing. Tailor your cover letter to each job you're applying to always. Your cover letter is a personalized document that you're using to convince the reader to look at your enclosed resume. Take some time to make sure you clearly state why you're the best candidate for the job based on the qualifications the job description is asking for. Don't rehash your resume in your cover letter. Your cover letter is a complimentary document and a place for you to establish a voice and target why your skills and experiences are a good fit for the role you're applying to. Identify key words within the job description and include them in your cover letter. This will help you when applying through a company's applicant tracking system or talent management system. Make the reader's job easy by including the job title and reference number in the reference line. Include the date, your name, and contact details in your cover letter in case your cover letter is separated from your resume during the application process. Keep the font style and size consistent with your resume. It is recommended to use an easy-to-read font like Arial. Show, don't tell. Use concrete examples to demonstrate to the reader how you developed a relevant skill or exceeded expectations in your current role. Formatting. First paragraph, introduce yourself, what job you're applying to, and state where you heard about the position. Second and third paragraphs, this is the meat of your cover letter. In paragraph 2, highlight any skills or experiences you've gained that fit the qualifications in the job description. Use concrete examples and evidence to show the reader why you're a strong contender for the job. State growth numbers wherever possible. If you have a considerate amount of experience related to the position, it might be a good idea to break this section up into 2 separate paragraphs to make your cover letter easier to read. Fourth paragraph, thank the reader for their time and consideration and express again your interest in the position you're applying to. Let the reader know you look forward to being reached at their earliest convenience to further discuss your interest and qualifications in the position. Avoid meaningless overused adjectives like aggressive, creative, and independent. Instead, use verbs like wrote, managed, and collaborated with to describe exactly what you accomplished. Effective portfolios. Creating a professional portfolio begins by collecting examples of your work. These examples may include evaluations, reports, surveys, specific materials that you have designed for a college course or previous employer, graphs, press releases, artwork, examples of spreadsheets, etc., that you designed to complete certain projects or to improve the flow of the work. If you are currently completing an internship, be sure to include some of the work that you're doing right now. The information you collect to include in your portfolio primarily depends on the type of job you are looking to get. If you are interested in graphic design or art, your portfolio should be put together with specific examples of your artistic work. Teachers can put together exceptional portfolios by highlighting projects they introduced in the classroom, as well as the lesson plans they created for the class. Portfolios are a great chance to show your creativity, and the nice thing is that no 2 portfolios are alike. Include photos of yourself working. Including photos of yourself working on specific academic projects or in previous internships or community service work will help the employer to see you in action. Sometimes these visual pictures can say 1,000 words and don't often need an explanation. If you are currently completing an internship or volunteering for a company, be sure to take some photos to keep your portfolio current and to show employers what you're doing right now. Include info about prestigious and successful companies you've worked with. If you've previously worked for prestigious and successful companies, be sure to include information about them, such as new products, annual reports, brochures, press releases, and newsletters to further impress the employer by them just knowing that you've played a part in helping the company achieve success. Include any correspondence that you have received in the past. Any correspondence that you have received in the past from teachers, professors, previous employers describing your hard work and professionalism should definitely be included as part of your portfolio. Having professionals in the field commenting on the outstanding work you have contributed to any project can make a real positive impact on any employer. Be sure to include an example of the outstanding piece of work, such as college paper, artwork, lesson plan, so they can actually see it and evaluate it for themselves. I understand that students sometimes feel that this may be inappropriate or feel uncomfortable bragging about their work, but it's important to understand that if you don't highlight your successful experiences, no one will know and nobody will know and nobody else will. Demonstrate your skills. If your area of expertise includes computer technology, writing, etc., where you can demonstrate your skills through the work you've completed online, be sure to include the links to showcase the work you have done. Some students will include a DVD or CD attached to a plastic sleeve on the front or back of the cover of their portfolios. Create clear, concise documents that are organized. Last but not least, you want your portfolio to look professional. Creating clear, concise documents that are organized well will let the employer know that you are serious about the job. Be sure to always keep copies of your work and make sure that you keep updating your portfolio so that some of the examples of your work are recent, which can also illustrate the growth you've made over the years. Effective e-portfolios. Number 1 is the homepage. As is no surprise, this is the most important part of your site. Since it might be the only page visitors go to, make sure it showcases your career highlights. Include a brief professional biography or your elevator pitch to give some perspective to the clients or recruiters. A snapshot of your qualifications, experience, and expertise. Number 2, headshot. Get your photo taken professionally or display it on your homepage and your About section. You can also use the same photo as your profile picture on social networks. Number 3, your actual portfolio. This is the meat of your site. Add clippings, images, web designs, writing examples, presentation slides, and active links to all your work and whatever is relevant to you. Tip, make sure you have written permission to publish any work you've done for clients or former/current employees before posting. Number 4, your digital footprint. By the same token, include media mentions or articles about you. Perhaps one of your projects led to notoriety and 15 minutes of online fame. Tip, perform a Google search about you and see what pops up. On that note, it's critical to clean up any digital dirt, also known as the digital breadcrumbs that exist online and can risk tarnishing your reputation. Remember, some of your social media profiles can even pop up in Google searches, so you might want to make sure that your rep remains intact. And don't forget to check Google Images as well to see what else pops up. Incidentally, creating your e-portfolio is a great way to ensure that your positive stuff, i.e. your projects and websites, come up on top when someone searches you online. Number 5, list of awards or recognition. List any awards or honors you might have received, whether from college or university, graduated at the top of your class perhaps, your career-related achievements, or any awards you might have earned for community involvement. The passion projects you focus on even outside of work help showcase your commitment and dedication. Number 6, your resume. List your career-related experience, including your education. Make sure to include links to all the companies you've worked at. Number 7, services you offer. List your expertise. This is a key spot to include any technical skills you might have, such as coding or experience with any software or programs. Your skills add to your differentiating factor and help you stand out even more. Testimonials. Reach out to some former managers, colleagues, and clients to gather testimonials about you. If you already have some recommended published on LinkedIn, then repurpose and post them on your personal site. The logos, um, the logos of places your work has appeared in. Since brand association is a powerful tool, include the logos of any brands you've worked with, or publications in which you've been quoted or featured. Most of us are visual by nature, and seeing the logo of a credible magazine on your site, for example, can go a long way. And number 10, contact information. So you've made a strong impression. Now make sure your visitors know how to get in touch with you. List your email address, your cell phone number, as well as all social media networks where interested people can contact with you. Recap. So for resumes, keep it organized, attracting, clear, and concise. For cover letters, know your audience. Use keywords. Don't use overly complicated language, but don't be plain either. For portfolios, show your achievements and your involvement, and provide only the necessary relevant information. For e-portfolios, collect examples of your work, showcase pictures of yourself working, list awards and achievements, list what services you offer, and remember to provide contact information. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thanks for watching.